Hey there, this is Malorian, and this will be a couple of games of War Machine. Now, we'll both be at 50 points, and really, there's a steamroller coming up next weekend, and I want to try out some lists I'm playing around with. This first game here will be with eCaine. I'm going back to him because he's awesome. eCaine is going to be running 2 Sentinels and a Squire. There will be Junior running the Stormwall. There will also be Epic Iris, Terran, the Black 13th, Reinhold, the Rangers, and then the Gun Mages with Yue. On the other side will be Epic Lilith. So we have kind of a shootout going on here, and she is going to be running 2 Ravagors, 2 Angelius. There will be a Succubus with her, also a Naga, and I believe there's a Shredder somewhere too. 2 Deathstalkers, 2 Shepherds, and 1 Forsaken. The mission here is going to be kill box, first to 5. You get 1 for controlling a zone, 2 for dominating, 1 for destroying an objective, but you can't start scoring on that zone till you destroy the objective. Now, I feel almost a little bit like I'm cheating here because I kind of retooled this list to deal with shooting lists like the one I'm seeing here. I'd always come up before that eCaine would always die because I got shot or whatever, and these Sentinels are really going to do the job of either keeping him alive or the Stormwall as needed, plus all the solos that I got going on here. So really the plan is just to go up, stay safe, and either win by assassination or attrition as needed. So I get first turn, and I'm moving up, get True Sight up onto myself so I can see through stealth because she's going to have Shadow Pack, Arcane Shield up onto the Stormwall, and whereas a lot of my stuff doesn't matter, like if I have stealth or blur or anything like that, at least the cover that's given by the railing of the bridge is something. So on his turn, he's going to go up, and his Deathstalkers are going to be kind of hunting Iris on the left. He has a couple of shots that kills 1 of my Rangers at least, and then otherwise he's just taking up position on the bridge as well. He knows it's a safe spot to be, and that's pretty much it. Spreading around a little bit of tenacity and Shadow Pack, but that's really it. So for me, the biggest thing I wanted to do this turn was kill at least 1 of the Deathstalkers and then also try and kill an Angelius. However, I might not be able to do it because I'm going to probably have to charge over Caine in order to get the range on the left Angelius, and I'll have to probably do that with a pod, which means a pod's not going after the Deathstalker. But you know what? Honestly, the Angelius is a much bigger factor here. So that's what I do. I go over with the Stormwall, who can't really do anything, so just puts down the pod and then some covering fire. Caine, who takes 1 from the Squire to upkeep, charges over, and I am able to get to that pod, start shooting, boosting my shots. This is, of course, I got the free shot from Reinhold as well, but really doing garbage damage. You know, dice -5, and I'm doing 2 and 3 damage. So yeah, really did not get it done. Plus, I was also thinking as well that normally when I'm able to kill an Angelius early, it's also because of the Gun Mages there as well, and the Gun Mages clearly won't be helping out because they're way on the other side. So really I accomplished nothing. I kind of advanced my position, keep myself safe, and that's really it. So on his turn, it's going to be his feet turn, but he really doesn't get much done. I was careful with the Stormwall, so it was not within charge range of the left Angelius. So the left Angelius kills the objective there instead. Then he starts shooting at me, and so either Ravagor, when they shoot, I shield guard 1, take another, but he was really rolling poorly for his rolls on the actual Stormwall, so I got really lucky there. And so overall, his feat really didn't do too much. My Stormwall has taken maybe a sum of 8 damage, maybe 10, and really is just fully functional. So really looking at this point here, he has 1 control point. I can really easily score on the left side, but what I really want to do is start pushing for scenario and attrition. I am pretty sure I should be able to kill both of the Angeliuses this turn, and at least 1 of the Deathstalkers. So that's what I do. I have the Rangers run up because then they can mark and be cheesy. I go up with the Storm Wall. It does some massive damage to the Angelius. Go up with the the left Sentinel. This was hilarious, and he first of all rolled a high hit to try and go and hit the one Deathstalker and kills it. And then I say, hey, might as well shoot the one in the woods too. But unfortunately for that one, was not able to actually kill it. Rolled kind of low for damage. But then after it didn't matter. I killed it with a pod anyway. So yeah, the Sentinel would have gone first. Then the Storm Wall goes up. Then eCaine went up and he feeded, and he was able to kill off, finish off the one Angelius, kill the other one, and then Gate crashed back to where he is now. The gun mage is going up, and I really was hoping I could destroy the right objective, because then I'm dominating the left one for 2, I destroy for 1, control for 2, and I'm already at 4, and he's in a lot of trouble. But those objectives at armor 18 are pretty hard to damage. Did like only 5 or something like that out of all my brutals and stuff, so that's really it. I mean, my attrition's going well, I'm up on scenario, and I just got to keep it up. So on his turn, he decides that he needs to either go for assassination or win by scenario. So the Ravagore on the left is able to go up and shoot the Sentinel, do some really serious damage to it, and then also light me on fire on eCaine. And really crank the damage so that on the splash damage, he does 9 points eCaine. That's huge. And I'm on fire, so that's horrendous. I might just die next turn. The Shredder runs up just to get in the way of my Stormwall. The Ravagore is going to charge the objective and destroy it. He's going to do some shooting to kill my guys in the zone, and then he's going to dominate on the right. So he had 1 before, he gets 1 for destroying the other objective and 2 for dominating, so it's currently my 2 points to his 4, and so really, when I was looking at this, my first thought is maybe with all my dudes on the right, I could run in and just gum them up and trap them and be able to win by scenario on the left side. However, the gun mages failed their command, so that really hurts in my numbers, and as well, he can really kill a lot of stuff. I mean, I should be able to kill the Forsaken coming in, but even with that, he can still kill a lot of guys. So instead, what I decided to do is just go for assassination. You know, she had to kind of show off herself. She has 2 transfers and tenacity, but I can get her marked, and as long as I can roll my 6s, I should be fine. So really, I just need to shoot and, well, first of all, the one Sentinel had to move out of the way. Stormwall comes up, beats up on the Shredder. Terran finishes it off. The Rangers are running up to mark and get up there. I had also done a pod to do a couple of damage to Lilith, and then really it's just eCaine and pew pew pew, shoot her down. So really like this list. I think it performed well. I do have to be a little bit more careful because fire went out, but if fire did not go out, I could have just died, and that was just a spacing issue. That's all that was. So really liking this list. There's a couple of changes I could make. This one really will be a Hordes drop, so putting in Victor Pendrake could really work, but I have to figure out where to get the points. All right, so this next one here is going to be with my eHaley list, and this is all the jank because it is all the AAD, all the advanced deployment. I am running eHaley with the Lancer, with the Squire. I have 2 units of Commandos, which are awesome, 2 units of Press Gangers, max size, some Rangers, max unit of the Forge Guard, and Anastasia. There we go. For him, he is now same player, but we're just running our alternate lists. He is now doing P Lilith, and she is running with a Naga, a Harrier, a Shredder, a Scythian, a what's that thing called? Typhon. There you go. He has the Striders with UA. He has a Spell Martyr, a Forsaken, and then his Hex Hunters. There you go. Jeez. This mission here is Kill Box again. First one to 5. You get 1 for controlling, 2 for dominating, 1 for destroying the enemy objective, but you cannot dominate if you're within control range of that enemy objective. And really what I want to do here is just jam them out of the zone and win by scenario. So I get first turn because I had to +1, and really it's pretty simple. Everything's running forward. I put up deceleration, and yeah, I go a little bit farther back to make sure he can't move up and spray, but that's about it. On his turn, I almost really catch him because at first he decides he's going to try and aim with his striders. And then after the first one, where it's like, well, that's actually stealth, he decides to move up the rest. But even then, with the acceleration up, it's really hard for him to hit. So he's able to kill a couple of guys, but that's really it. The Hex Hunters really just running up. Yeah, sorry, he also has the Black Frost Shard. They go up and they do stealth. And yeah, everything else is kind of staying back and waiting there. The Spell Martyr came over and he did a Eruption of Spines, and that killed 2 of my Rangers. That could have been way worse, so that's a lot better. But now it's going to be feed time. And probably the thing I spent the most time thinking about here is what to do at the center, because he has all these guys, and I have lots of guys. And I could go up, I could try and roll high and melee, and then I'm going to cast my feet, and then I could try and do it again. Or I have grenades with all these commandos, and I kind of want to see what they can do. So the grenades were awesome. What do? I keep all my focus, take one from the Squire again, go up, and I start doing the grenades, and man, 18 grenades decimates almost all the guys. Yeah, wow, it was really impressive. Otherwise, the Rangers were able to go up and kill the Harrier, so that's pretty nice. Anastasia is just kind of getting into position. Everything else is kind of moving up. I pop my feet. I pop deceleration, so everything's in the feet, and so his next turn is going to be super sad. So on his turn, I think he was able to kill 1 or 2 guys, but for the most part, he gets almost nothing done, but gets himself inside the zone just to make sure I'm not going to push him out or trap him out or anything. So, yeah, I mean, eHaley's feat really is a kick in the wing ding, but now all I need to really do is make sure I don't get myself killed, jam his guys up, and then I can start slowly TKing them out of the zone and hopefully start scoring. So I'll have to destroy the objective, but overall, I think I'm in a very strong position. So on my turn, I figure it was going to be a pretty simple one. So the Lancer moves up to be in position. Then I go with the Rangers. They're going to go up and they're going to be able to kill the Forsaken. So was really critical. Then I go with eHaley, and this is the big mistake because first I TK one of his Hex Hunters away so that I can get a little bit better lines and hit him in the back and stuff. And then I go and I time bomb the objective to do some really good damage to it, doing 10 damage, so it'll be ready to kill next turn. And then I realize that I encircled myself and I can't get away. So I go back as far as I can, but yeah, wow, it was really, really dumb and bad. And when I measure my control, I was outside of the 8-inch spray of Typhon, but if he just moved up like 2 inches, he had me. So I really spent the rest of my turn killing the last little bit of infantry I could, and then just swarming his guys. But seriously, this just isn't enough. So on his turn, he does a couple of activations that don't really matter, but the main thing is that P-Lilith casts her feet, the Scythian comes over, kills the guys in the way, Typhon comes up, does his sprays, boosts the hit, boost damage, and after 2 of those, I'm dead. And it's just, oh! One of the biggest mistakes we're talking about is that the painted press gangers, which I was borrowing, by the way, they really should not have been there. I had too many guys in the center. They were really just in the way. I should have had them on the right side to help bulk that up. And then all of a sudden that would have really helped. Because what eHaley wants to do is cast her feet and get the hell away. So, if nothing else, it's probably good for my opponent to beat me here because he was looking pretty down and depressed after my 18 grenades and then my feet. But yeah, I really like both these lists. A couple of changes I'm already thinking of making. And we'll see how I do next weekend. So thanks for watching. Bye.